What's up, guys? This is going to be a subscriber analysis for my sub Socktastic. It looks like we're going to be doing Marth Dittos here, kind of just from a net play session, from what I understand. Oh, it's actually from a weekly, so this is actually a recording, which is really nice. Usually, if it's like on a net play setup, I like to kind of excuse some of the execution mistakes that go on during the match because sometimes there's lag, sometimes there's like spikes that can be really bad. And also just like the difference in buffers and all that can be kind of difficult to adjust to. But since this is actually from a tournament, that's actually really good. So we're going to be viewing from the red Marth perspective, just so you guys know, or rainbow Marth, because he changes colors a bunch, versus the black Marth. Okay, so we have Marth Dittos here. I think that stage position, just going into this first, I usually talk about the stages, but I kind of just chose a game to do, and it looks like you guys had a game on Pokemon, so I don't know, maybe this recording started a little bit late into the set, and that was actually game 2 or something, but we're on Battlefield here, you're both on the side platforms. I think a big thing in this matchup is stage position. I think that stage position in certain matchups doesn't really matter that much, but in Marth Dittos, I feel like it matters a lot. Marth has a really hard time not only getting off of the ledge, but getting out of the corner. When you think about how Marth kind of functions, it's a lot of dash dancing, baiting, so if you dash forward, normally you're going to want to be able to dash back to bait, right? But if you're in the corner, you don't have that kind of room. You don't have that freedom to do that. So your options are very limited, which is a key component of your character. Otherwise, you're just swinging. And every swing that you do is very, very vulnerable, right? If the Marth chooses to put up their shield at the correct time, if you whiff a grab, if you whiff a forward smash, if you whiff a late fair or something, all of those things can be pretty hard punished by Marth himself. So you have to be decently careful. And kind of contest center stage as much as possible, because the more you're in the corner, the more it's hurting you. So let's just kind of see how the pace of the match is going here. You kind of instantly put yourself in the corner. Let's just look at how he kind of took initiative here, and you kind of hung back. I think you dash back and then shield drop. Yeah, and he's kind of already running at you when you kind of just chose to dash dance here. So right off the bat, it's kind of like you're not really doing what you should be in the matchup. But we'll see if that's just kind of a common theme or if this is just something that happened at the very start. But right away, you should be thinking about contesting center stage. So he gets down tilt into forward throw, forward smash. It's just kind of a classic thing. Yeah. Okay, nice sweet spot. That was actually pretty good. He actually gave up the corner position by overextending way too far, and you actually rolled past him. This has all been really good. I feel like off of the forward throw at low percent, I'm pretty sure that you can't react to the DI that's happening, but you can just kind of make a guess. And even if he DIs out here and you forward smash, I don't think anything bad is going to happen to you. So I would almost always just like forward throw, down tilt, or forward smash right here, and it seems like you hesitated just a little bit. And then you did the exact same thing that he just did to you, where you're putting yourself way too close to the corner. When you have somebody on the ledge, this is a huge moment for you. Huge moment. So it's like... I'm going to close my door. 1 second. What was that? I have no idea. I think my roommate's watching something in the other room. Okay, we're back. So again, this position when you have somebody on the ledge is incredibly important. So you have him off the stage, he's got a double jump sweet spot right here, and you kind of like late fair or whatever. Putting yourself right here is not that great, but at this point, he's not going to be able to hit you regardless. So it's okay. You can dash back right here and then threaten the space, but you dash back and then just try to like read something with a run-up grab. If he does aerial from the ledge, any of his aerials from the ledge, if he ledge dashes past you, if he does a hack dash, if he does roll from the ledge, those things all beat what you exactly just did. So it's like kind of like you were reading him just doing a regular get up here, probably, if I had to assume. So you have to be really careful with that, because this is a huge moment for you. You have huge zoning abilities. You can even forward smash from right here, when him coming off the ledge is incredibly difficult. I would suggest down tilting and mixing up forward smash and like late aerials at that spacing to zone him out. And again, he can't move backwards. He just can't. So he has to kind of push his way forward without any ledge dash options. And you have the same range, if not better range than him, because you're actually on the ground and he's having to do aerials from the ledge. So really, really, you could have pushed that advantage big time. Seemed like you didn't exactly react correctly in the scramble too. forward throw, or forward smash, and then you kind of spot dodge for seemingly no reason. You were behind him. That's the thing. You have to pay attention to what side of him you're on when you hit his shield. This is actually a really big thing, specifically against Marth, because he no longer has options in front of him. So forward air out of shield and shield grab, obviously the most prevalent options out of shield. And if you're behind him, it kind of forces him to either do like a wave dash out of shield, a down air out of shield, or a back air out of shield. And none of those are really like going to convert to something that really matters that much right here. So keep that in mind. You kind of spot dodged here out of a panic, and you didn't really have to just because of the side that you actually hit him on. So what I would have liked to see here, down tilts are fine, but I really love like down tilt into dash back really, really quickly because you can interrupt the down tilt animation around 20 something frames in. And then just like exit with a dash. You can even do like a cross under where you dash into the corner and then pivot grab back throw him off the stage, or down throw him off the stage, which could be really, really good. But dashing back is kind of just baiting him, trying to hit you here, because it almost seems like you're vulnerable, right? Look at where you are, look at your position, which is going to make him want to shield grab or do a forward air out of shield or a falling forward air like you could have done after the first down tilt. But you kind of just keep going for the down tilts, which makes me think that you're not really understanding the level of risk you were taking in doing that. So consider doing down tilt dash away. It's really, really good. Watch old PP VODs. Just watch PP versus Pew Pew Pew, and just watch how he uses those down tilts and then either crosses through or just dashes back. It's really, really, really good. It's a good forward smash. Okay, I actually didn't mind that forward air either. Should be a forward smash. Nice, nice, nice. This has all been pretty good so far. I like that too, going out there. You weren't going to have time there. A little unfortunate. Most of this edge guard had been pretty good. You kind of called out a lot of really good timings, jumped out at really good times. If that was a tipper back air, that could have actually been really, really good for you. The thing you have to pay attention to when you're rolling up from the ledge, though, is the timing of when they up B. If they up B, and because it's all about how high they go. If you roll, it takes a certain amount of time, and them falling takes a certain amount of time, right? If the amount of time it takes for them to fall and then get out of lag is less than the amount of time it takes you to roll and then forward smash, then you shouldn't do it, really. So like from here, you could have held onto the ledge and then done like up air from the ledge and then like back air and back off the stage or something like that. But pay attention to the height he's at when he up Bs, because that will determine how much time you have. This is actually really important. But that's okay. Nice. Again, like, you should already have kind of the position set up here. You kind of like dash forward for seemingly no reason. Right here, you could just poke with down tilts, poke with forward smashes, do aerials in place right here. Like, you have a very nice spacing set up for you. He has a really hard time getting out of this position, but you dash forward for almost no reason. You react well to this roll, but just be careful. I want to say that was a tech flip, but that's okay. Okay, so this is the second time where I feel like we've seen kind of an action-to-action sequence be pretty slow. Make sure that you're kind of doing things as fast as possible. This buffered spot dodge was good, obviously, but you can buffer the thing. So when you come out of this spot dodge, you're standing still, you're actionable now. And you don't do anything for quite a few frames. I want to say for like at least 6 frames. So you want to make sure that no matter what action you're doing action into immediate action. There's no break, there's no hesitation. That's a really big thing, because you definitely could have gotten out of this situation, even done 2 spot dodges there for sure if you wanted to. Nice spacing on the forward air there, not a bad down air either. Thinking with the down tilt, yes, really, really nice. Okay, so here's the thing. The down tilt pokes right here are really good. Again, you could do like down tilt dash back and then pivot fair zone right here, trying to call him pushing forward. But the only thing that's going to like beat these double down tilts on shield from that spacing are him jumping at a shield. So you can even think, okay, well, if the only thing that's going to beat me doing double down tilt is him jumping at a shield, you can just dash back. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. That's a low risk thing to do. Or you could do like down tilt forward smash, or you could do down tilt forward tilt, down tilt short hop forward air, something like that. But yeah, just keep that in mind that you don't always have to do multiple down tilts. This is like the second time you've kind of been doing that. And you had good spacing set up. See, he was doing the zoning fair that I was talking about. It should be impossible for Marth to get off the ledge against Marth. And a nice down smash, yeah. That's kind of a newer setup that Marths are doing, is when people slow roll from the ledge and they do this up B, they down smash. It's actually really, really good. Most of the time that's going to hit really nicely. So good recognition. You roll into the corner. What I really like is... in Marth Dittos, either grabbing the ledge repeatedly, or which is difficult because you do put yourself on the ledge, but at least you like kind of run out their invincibility. Or doing some tricky platform movement, because Marth kind of has to commit, especially on Battlefield, like with his full hop, which takes a lot of time, or like a double jump for this to be effective. But you kind of just roll into the corner. So you like in the corner, he has invincibility, and you're like in lag from doing the roll. So it's just a little unfortunate. And again, we kind of just see zoning happening here. Not great zoning, but he does the dash back and then the pivot side B, which is like hardly a pivot. It's just kind of like auto pivots or whatever. I actually don't really know the mechanics behind that. Maybe it just stops your momentum once you do the side B. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But yeah, so he's just zoning you out in the corner. That should be how the matchup functions. And I feel like you're both not capitalizing as much as you should be. And again, the double down tilts, pay attention to that. Make sure that you're doing down tilt dash away. We've talked about the mix-ups a little bit before, so I feel like I don't necessarily have to mention that right now. Again, hesitation in your action-to-action sequencing. We're seeing kind of all the same problems. Even here on the Tekken place, you had time to act. This isn't a 60 frame per second VOD, so like every frame I go isn't worth. But like, so you're actionable here. And you like turn and you try to forward tilt or something. It's like you should never be trying to do that. He had so much frame advantage, and you kind of did an action way too slowly, and your next action was going to have a lot of startup. This should be a roll or a spot dodge or a dash away. Almost always. Wow, he just called you out with a jump neutral B with you dashing into the corner. Again, this edge cancel, it's just the action-to-action sequencing. This is like what tech skill practice is for. Like, you get the down air ledge cancel, and you just float down. And in that time, he hit you. You could have double jumped away. You could have done a million things. So him calling you out there is just a little bit unfortunate. I like the patience. The tournament winner just happens to work. He really wasn't doing things very effectively. Be careful about which way you're facing, too. All of your movement... I'm sorry to keep bringing it up, but your action-action sequencing, even here... It's like you like shield, you fall off, and you don't do anything for a long time. You shield on landing for seemingly no reason. All of this movement, all coming through here, was really slow, and you could have done a lot to speed it up. And then there you actually turned around with the back air. You want to be facing forward into center stage, which you are right here, but then you actually turn around shield. And I can't imagine a world where this is better for you, right? You end up just doing this waveland back on, but Marth can actually pressure this zone really nicely. So you have to be kind of careful about trying to do like little baits like this. Against somebody like Fox who might like short hop nair under you and then you like punish him, that could be effective, but obviously Marth is covering the space pretty easily. So be careful with that as well. Okay, regular get up, the up tilt like Martha zones, I guess. This wasn't terrible. Let me look at this really quickly. Forward air. This could have been like a shield drop forward air, which is what I'm assuming that you were trying to do. But you ended up rolling, and then you just kind of follow it off. So, like, his defense was really bad here. He definitely could have gotten out of this combo. But you following up is, like, you know, it's good. And the dash away was decent, too. It's not like you dashed away from too many threats because you were directly on top of him with his fair. So, like, if he did falling fair from right here, I'm pretty sure that you would have gotten hit regardless. But that's okay. So up throw here, I actually don't mind. So you're sharking, you catch him landing on the top platform. I feel like you got a little bit greedy trying to hit him here when you really had no business to. It's like you can't really hit him effectively, and you tried to forward smash, so he's like, he has the frame advantage in this situation. You still try to drift towards him and hit him. I would just take the center stage position, try to keep zoning him out. Okay. Nice. I like the up B a lot. Okay, zone him out. Oh, no. Okay, so you have to think. You set up everything perfectly here. I love the spacing that you're at. I'm pretty sure that rising fair from the ledge isn't going to hit you. You should always be thinking about, all I need to do is be outside of rising fair from ledge range. Okay, that's all you. That's the exact range that you have to think of. So, and it looks like you're spaced well. You could maybe be back slightly farther, but down tilting from this range or forward smashing when you see him coming up is so good. But you see him do something and you dash away. This is awful. You no longer have corner position, so he could just take space freely. So let's look if he actually does. Regular get up, and then, yeah, he just jumps for free, and then you're like, oh shit, I should be corner pressuring him, and it's way too late at that point, right? Make sure you maintain your corner pressure position. This is something that I see low and mid-level players mess up in almost every matchup. Maintain your corner pressure situation. Your actions are really slow. You wasted a lot of time getting to the ledge like that. I'm assuming that you missed a wave dash, which is just a little unfortunate, but you got to be clean on that stuff. That's why you see PP practicing wave dashes every single day on his stream, you know what I mean? Like, even after the back air hit him, you stood still, then you wave dashed, which wasn't a perfect, or you forward smashed, then you waited, walked, then messed up a wave dash, then turned around, and then messed up another wave dash. So it's like, your tech skill could be so much cleaner. Just literally, I'm not even talking about like doing multi-shines or like doing some really insanely frame precise thing. It's like literally just doing fair, dash back, down tilt, forward smash, into like spot dodge, dash back, like fair, fair, dash back. Like as soon as possible. There's no breaks, there's no hesitation. That stuff adds up, I promise you. Okay, I like this. I like that. Ooh. So again, we kind of see this situation, and again, watch PP's Marth, dude. What's really interesting about top level players is that once a combo is over and they're kind of done with their juggle and can't follow up anymore, they'll do really interesting baits afterwards to get the other person to swing and push forward, because the onus is on them to like get out of this bad situation. But they're going to try to counter hit you moving in, right? And you keep trying to follow these situations up when you like really can't anymore. You like swung at a forward air that wasn't going to hit, and then you kept drifting forward and then he hit you, right? It's like if you can just ditch that situation, be like, okay, perfect, I took his jump, he's in the corner on the side platform, I'm gonna just take center stage and zone him out. It's like this stock could easily just be gone for him. So think about your advantages, think about ending your combos when they're over, you know what I mean, instead of just trying to continue it because you're being greedy. I do the exact same thing. It's because I don't have a great concept of time. So this is exactly what we're talking about. He ended up not corner pressuring effectively either. You tried to call out the double jump like you did last time. He didn't double jump though. This is unfortunate too. I actually don't mind that you stood still here. Like, I feel like you were at a range where you could probably react to him moving forward. And I'm pretty sure you wanted a short hop forward air too, but it's just unfortunate that the tech skill messed up, because I do wonder what this situation would have looked like if you hadn't messed up. Side B from ledge, not my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I know about the side B from ledge where you land and do all that, but he has so much priority and it doesn't have that much range, and he can crouch cancel it, so you got to be really careful. You should have been dead there. Unfortunate. I mean, I guess fortunate for you, but just the play, like he full hops on accident, down tilts at a bad timing. Okay, nice forward smash, and nice forward smash again. I feel like that was kind of a predictive forward smash, though. You want to be careful about the risks that you're taking, but at this point, no matter what attack you do, you're taking on some amount of risk, so I actually don't mind you going forward, especially at 207. But just keep in mind that like that kind of thing, doing it regularly is going to be a problem. But I haven't really seen that from you. Ledge dash shield, very nice. He messes up the down tilt. You guys are just, honestly, if you guys both corner pressured differently, this entire set, I would imagine, would look completely different. Because the advantages that you guys gain off of the small hits that you guys are getting in neutral would carry over into much larger punishes. And so I'm not doing the analysis for him. I'm telling you, you should do that. Like, make sure you're really corner pressuring effectively. If you have any like follow-up questions about like what good corner pressure should look like, if you feel I haven't described it well so far, feel free to ask me. Or if anybody's curious, drop a question in the comments. So we see this fair, nice spaced fair with the dash back. He ends up not biting on this bait though, right? So what do you do? What's your plan B? This is something I've talked to Drug Fox a lot about. Or at least like he's mentioned that this is how he plays the game, and I kind of think in a very similar way. So when I watch him play, I kind of see it. It's like, okay, well you did the space fair on the shield, which was really good with a nice timing. Boom, you dash back, and he grabs here, and you might have time to whiff punish, or at least press your frame advantage. But you choose not to. You full hop here, so that's the unfortunate thing, right? It's like, okay, well, he whiffed, but, like, not in a meaningful way. Like, he didn't do drift forward fair for you to punish, or a wave dash forward so that you can, like, stop him from moving forward like you thought he might. But then this full hop is, like, the plan B in case you didn't get the whiff punish on him, like, doing something at a shield, right? And this full hop is, like, the problem, right? You could have done another spaced fair. You could have done, like, wave dash back down tilt. You could have done... a lot of things. Just like jumping in place and doing a fair in place right there could have been good too. Just shielding even could have been decent because you're at a high enough percent to where like, I don't think up throw is going to kill you. But yeah, shielding could be really decent because he obviously wants to hit you with an attack, right? It ended up working out because he didn't react to the full hop. So what he should have done here, just keeping this in mind, if this is ever you in this situation, when you see this full hop, wave dashing away from this position and then readjusting is really, really good. But he decides to light shield and kind of just take it. And then you try to fair side B, which is a little cheesy, but that's okay. Nice call out. Nice. I think what you can do to take a little bit more advantage here is actually fair here. Tip or fair would have happened right here, and I'm pretty sure you could have juggled slightly more effectively than this weak hit up air. But it looked like it was really close. Again, here's this like situation where the juggle is over, right? You're in shield, you don't have enough time to hit him, but look at you just drifting straight at him, and then you get whiff punished every time. Luckily, you were able to get to the ground and ASDI down, so you could get this down tilt. Nice. I really like the second down tilt, actually. And I'm just going to say you really should keep it simple with the corner pressure. You're dash dancing for seemingly no reason. You're dashing forward a little bit too far, and then you dash back. You're like dash dancing as if you guys are playing neutral. This is not a neutral position. This is him not being able to get off the ledge, right? So you want to punish as hard as possible. Okay, a little bit unfortunate there. That's kind of the swinging I was talking about that would get you punished. Okay, he doesn't really edge guard you correctly. I don't love the full hop fair either. I feel like this is something you've messed up a couple times. If this is intentional, these full hops, then like consider not doing them. It's very committal, and then the other Marth can punish you on reaction, so you have to be really careful doing a full hop unless you have like the exact read for some reason that they're also going to full hop, or like full hop waveland side platform or something like that. So short hop fairs could definitely be really, really good for you. Just try to pay attention to that a little bit. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, nice down tilt. All right. So, I mean, I feel like we kind of went over the common themes. And even I set the scene before the match even started that, like, corner pressure is going to be a big deal. When Martha's on the ledge, he has a really hard time getting off. I want to see exactly how you do that. And I feel like a lot of times you either pushed yourself too far into the corner to punish effectively, or you were playing this, like, dash dancey game where you ended up with a punish that really wasn't, like, the most effective punish you could have gotten. You played neutral decently, other than, like, your hesitation and some of the, like, pokes that you ended up doing were slightly too committal, like the 3 down tilts in a row on a shield when like you were very clearly shield grabbable. Those little sorts of things, I feel like you're taking on a little bit too much risk when you don't really have to be. So pay attention to those little spots. Try to play a little bit safer, because what'll end up happening is that you don't have to take these kinds of risks. You play safe, and then you push him to the corner, and then he just can't do anything. You get him to like 80% just in edge guard. So if he gets back to center stage, now he's at 80, you're at 0. It's a completely different neutral situation. And now your pokes send him off stage already. Or if you go for a big read, he's just dead. So playing the matchup kind of like that would be really, really effective for you. And like I said, watch PP versus PPU and just try to implement some of that exact action-to-action sequencing, some of that baiting that they're doing with the dash throughs or the dash backs after the down tilts, the late aerial dashbacks, that kind of stuff can be really effective. Also, pay attention to your plan Bs. What happens when something you don't expect happens from your opponent, right? Make sure that you have something in mind for when you go for your initial bait and it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And that could happen in tons of different situations. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If anybody has any clarifying questions, specifically Stocktastic, feel free to reach out to me. But yeah, thank you guys. Peace.